Have you ever asked yourself what truly shows your worth as a man? Not through loud declarations, gifts, or empty promises, but through silent action? In today's world, where so much of what's called value is performative, likes on photos, flashy displays, carefully crafted captions, it's easy to forget the one truth the Stoics knew deeply. Your worth doesn't need to be said. It's shown, silently, calmly, powerfully, not by begging for someone's attention, but by becoming a man who doesn't need to. This isn't about playing games or becoming distant. It's about realigning with the kind of quiet strength that makes people feel your presence, even in your silence. So today, I'll walk you through 15 powerful, silent actions that speak louder than words ever could. Rooted in ancient Stoic philosophy, these aren't tricks. They're truths. Let's begin. 1. Don't react, reframe. Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. Epictetus. One of the clearest signs of a high-value man is how he handles pressure. When you're disrespected, ignored, tested, do you explode, sulk, chase? Or do you pause and choose your response with purpose? This is the first silent action. Emotional self-mastery. You don't need to argue back or prove a point. You let your peace be your message, because when she expects chaos, and instead she gets calm, that silence is louder than any words you could say. 2. Let pain shape you, not break you. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes a way. Marcus Aurelius. Most men collapse at the first sign of emotional pain, but a Stoic doesn't flinch. He feels. He learns. Then he moves forward, stronger. Pain is not weakness. It's training. Every betrayal, every letdown, every moment you were underestimated is an invitation to sharpen your strength. You don't have to talk about how strong you are. Let your resilience show it. Through how you carry yourself, how you recover, how you glow even after the storm. 3. Discipline in chaos is the ultimate power. No man is free who has not mastered himself. Epictetus. Here's a silent truth. Freedom comes from discipline. In relationships, you're not impressive because you're available. You're powerful because you're purposeful. A disciplined man respects his time, his boundaries, and his purpose. He doesn't abandon himself just to fit into someone else's life. He doesn't lose his values trying to make someone like him. And you'd be surprised how deeply women notice a man who doesn't try to impress, but chooses to remain himself, no matter who he's with. 4. Walk away without warning. You don't need to slam doors or send long messages. Sometimes, the loudest way to show your worth is to walk away quietly. The Stoics taught us, if something violates your peace and values, you are free to leave without a war, without drama. Too many men wait around, begging for closure or validation. But when you walk away, not because you're bitter, but because you refuse to stay small, that's when she remembers you most. You didn't fight. You didn't explain. You just left, and that silence echoes longer than 1,000 words ever could. 5. Set boundaries without saying a word. A man's boundaries are his castle walls. You don't have to announce them. You just have to live them. She texts you only at midnight. You don't reply. Not because you're playing hard to get, but because your energy isn't available on demand. She disrespects you. You pull back, not with revenge, but with self-respect. The Stoic doesn't need to tell people how to treat him. His behavior teaches them everything they need to know. 6. Control your body language. You want to show your worth? Start with how you enter a room. Your posture, your pace, your eye contact, your silence. These things speak before you ever open your mouth. The Stoics believed in poise, balance, and composure. In a world where men try to be loud to seem powerful, you stand still, calm, unbothered, and that presence, that silence, draws more attention than any desperate attempt ever could. 7. Delay your response. Instant reactions come from insecurity. Deliberate responses come from self-control. When she tests you, and she will, don't rush to fix, explain, or react. Pause, think, respond if it's worth it. That pause, it says, I am not emotionally available to every provocation. And in that silence, she feels your power. 8. Prioritize your mission. Always, a man with purpose is magnetic, not because he talks about it, but because he lives it. She texts you in the middle of your work, you reply later. You don't drop everything to please. You move with direction, not desperation. Your silence, your absence, your refusal to bend your mission. That's how she realizes you're not orbiting around her. You have your own gravity. 9. Say no without justifying. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. A Stoic man knows that every yes to others is a no to himself if it violates his values. So when you say no, say it with silence. No anger, no explanation. Just no. Let your eyes, your posture, your firmness do the talking. And watch how people start respecting your word more than ever before. 10. Let her wonder. Stop over-explaining yourself. Stop flooding her with messages, questions, and check-ins. Let her wonder. Did he lose interest? Is he upset? What's he thinking? This isn't manipulation. It's mystery. And mystery is sacred. The Stoic man isn't desperate to be understood. He lets his essence be felt, not forced. 11. Don't chase. Ever. Here's one of the most powerful silent actions a man can take. Stop chasing. When someone begins to pull away, when her text becomes short, when her tone changes and her attention drifts, most men panic. They chase. They overcompensate. They try to win her back. But a Stoic man doesn't. He observes. He steps back. He lets go with dignity because he knows if someone values you, they won't drift. And if they do, they're telling you everything you need to know. There's no greater display of self-worth than letting someone walk away and not following them. Your silence in that moment, it screams self-respect. 12. Be consistently unshaken. The world will try to shake you. So will relationships and emotions and expectations. But the Stoic man, he is an oak tree in a storm. She tests your patience. You don't flinch. She pushes your buttons. You don't explode. She pulls away. You don't beg. This doesn't mean you're emotionless. It means your emotions serve you. They don't control you. When you're calm in moments where most men would collapse, you radiate something rare, inner stability. And that silence of composure will leave a lasting mark on her heart. 13. Disappear to evolve. Sometimes the greatest statement you can make is absence, not to punish, not to guilt trip, but to grow. The Stoic man understands that solitude is a sacred space. He retreats, not to hide, but to rebuild, to sharpen his mind, to heal his wounds, to rise again better. No warnings, no explanations. He just quietly levels up. And when he returns, if he returns, he speaks without speaking, because his glow, his poise, his new presence tells the story for him. 14. Speak through integrity, not noise. Let's be real, talk is cheap. People say what they think you want to hear. But you don't talk about your character. You live it. You don't declare, I'm loyal. You simply remain loyal, in private, in silence, when no one is watching. You don't tell her you're respectful. You show it through how you speak to her, how you protect her presence, how you never need to put her down to lift yourself up. The Stoic man doesn't make noise. He moves in truth, and his life becomes a quiet testament to the values he stands for. 15. Let your absence be a lesson. If someone takes your presence for granted, let your absence be your message. Don't threaten to leave. Don't beg to be appreciated. Don't explain what they're missing. Just be gone. Because sometimes the only thing that teaches someone your value is the silence that follows when you stop giving it. The Stoics taught that detachment is not cruelty, it's clarity. And when you've given enough, tried enough, stayed enough, your silent exit speaks volumes. It says, I don't need to prove my worth anymore. I already know it. The power of unspoken worth. Let me leave you with this. In a world where everyone is trying to prove themselves through noise, you become unforgettable through silence. Not by playing games, not by withholding love, but by becoming so grounded in your own worth that you no longer need to explain it. You see, True Stoic power isn't about domination. It's about discipline. The discipline to stay calm when others demand reaction. The discipline to say no when your values are threatened. The discipline to walk away when you're not seen clearly. These 15 silent actions, they're not just tactics. They're reflections of who you really are when no one's watching. And if there's one thing I hope you remember from this, you don't prove your value. You embody it. So let your walk be your wisdom. Let your stillness be your strength. And let your silence be unforgettable. If this resonated with you, if something deep inside you felt a shift, then take that as a sign to become the man you were always meant to be. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this valuable, take a moment to subscribe to Everyday Stoicism, where we go deeper, get wiser, and walk this path together. Like the video, share it with a brother who needs it, comment what hit you the hardest, and most of all, remember, your silence has power. See you in the next one. Until then, stay calm, stay disciplined, and stay stoic.